I find, I looked at what I had, and I started changing the way I was. People said, "Oh, your music is so good, you should try to put it in film and TV." Well, and that began a process of trying to find out how. There's a lot of snakes. There's a lot of sharks out there. I would tell you a story that I won't tell you the name, but there was a company that they approached me. "Oh, we want to put your song in TV." I was like, "Oh, great." And I didn't read the fine print, and I signed my songs away.
Oh.
And and they turned out to use the song over 318 times thus far. There's some people that will take your songs and retitle them, but that's a whole other thing that people go. There's a lot of dispute today with pay to play. You got these companies that want you to pay to play, and I'm just trying to help you at markallenwolf.com and Wolfie's Music Publishing to try to help my musician brothers and sisters out there, to help them understand. Let me show you, let me teach you, let me give you some critique. I'm not some dude looking for make $1 million off you, and I'll tell you music stinks, or I'll tell you should try to keep going, And if you're not, as an artist, ready to hear the truth, you shouldn't be doing what you do, because, you might have the greatest ambition, but your talent might not be there, and you would be wasting your time and your dream. But I'm always for it. If you love doing what you do, and you want to have a shot at it, the whole way of doing things has changed in the music business, where it's more approachable. Like you are using technology in what you're doing in NashvilleRadio.Tv, and I'm using technology, and it's opened the doors to so many different things that I say, why not go for it? If you got a dream and you got a little bit of money put aside, then go for it. You're going to have to spend some money, but be willing to have some doors closed in your face, and but be willing to have some doors open.
So when you first got all these doors open, think way back when you were telling your mom and dad you were starting a band. What was their reaction?
They thought I was crazy. Who wouldn't think you're crazy? Everybody thinks I'm crazy. Everybody who knows me and everybody who watches this already knows I'm crazy. And they all know that I'm going to do what I want to do. I have a set core of beliefs, and I'm going to do it. You only live life once. So I love my mom and dad very much. I was adopted, and they chose me out of anybody in the world, and so I love them. And my dad actually has been some of my greatest, motivator to help me do it. If it wasn't for him helping me get my first guitar, I would have never been able to jam. So I guess I could owe it to him.
All right. So what is the hardest part about stepping into the music business? What was
in all honesty, the hardest part is twofold. One, getting people to really listen to you. Because if I don't exude the rock and roll persona, so a lot of people, they might not listen to you, So if you have a great product, then you push the product, then they'll listen to you. The second thing is getting paid. So if you think you're going to go and make $1 million overnight, you're wrong. So it can happen, but it's going to be a little bit at a time, and eventually that little bit turns into a lot. Music licensing, that's what you want to do. Placing it in some film and TV.
Speaking of singing, which one has been the greatest place that you ever performed at?
The greatest place that I've ever performed at. This is a loaded question. I would say what comes to my mind is Parker City, Christ Fellowship Church, believe it or not, in front of a great man that I knew, who's no longer here. That was my greatest achievement.
All right.
Odd answer, isn't it?
No. It's definitely a great answer, though. Could you tell us more about it and why?
I'm sorry?
Could you tell us more about it and why?
Yeah. Well, you know, I try very hard, and if I may say something that's kind of controversial, but I'm being very mindful. I don't play normal Christian music because I don't want to be pigeonholed into a genre that's only going, you know, it's just like if I played only rap. I don't want to be just, you know. But my greatest experience has been, and this is my personal experience, my greatest experience in my life was finding God, was getting saved, was Jesus. And when he came into my life, he changed my life completely. I no longer was the man that I used to be. And I was asked to go to a church. Over time, I met a man who was a great man, great bunch of people up there. And this man, Reverend Lauren Helm, walked with God for many years. And great dude, you know, had a great message. And great bunch of people up there, and these people loved me for who I was. You know, I had long hair, and you know, most people when you come into a church, they're kind of, you know, standoffish. But there was a guy there, you know, Reverend Lauren Helm, who was my mentor and teaching me how to love people. You know, teaching me how to love everyone. And when he asked me to come play my guitar there and sing and speak a few words, to me, that was the greatest, better than playing in front of thousands of people. Now, as far as, you know, musically, the greatest thing right now is having my music in a TV, you know, like in a TV commercial, you know, that I like that. It's like talking to you is a great blessing to me, to have this video portrayed all around the world. This is a great thing. But to have the greatest was playing at Parker City Christ Fellowship, and those people probably don't even know it.
And well, now they will.
Oh, they will now. I know they will, because the pastor's going to watch this movie.
Okay, for our final question, is there any advice that you can give someone wanting to start in the music business?
An answer, yes. Anybody who wants to start, a very short answer would be that surround yourself with like-minded people. If you hang out with dogs, you're going to be a dog. If you want to be a musician and you want to be in the business, you have to surround yourself with people in the business. Now, if you don't live in a town that has business, you need to go online or try to inundate yourself in that thing that you do. Second, don't give up. Don't ever give up. You have to have a forehead of flint and a heart that's easy to be instructed, a heart that's pliable, because you need to be taught. You know, I've spoken to some, if I could say, there's a man out there, Don Grierson, who is a pretty important dude, and he was kind enough to let me speak to him. And I asked him when I started this, and if anybody knows anybody, they know Don Grierson's a good dude. And I asked him, should I try to go be famous, you know, rock star, or should I be in the film and TV? And he said, Mark, you know, you're a certain age, you know, you should try for the film and TV. You know, and he shared with me a bunch of things that I'm not going to share with you. You'll have to email me to, you know, sign up on markallenwolf.com. And then I met another man, Eugene Foley, who began to teach me. So to answer the question, surround yourself with people who are in the business, have a forehead of flint, and be teachable. And don't quit.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank you very much for letting me interview you. It was
you.
definitely a tremendous honor.
It's an honor for me.
Yes,
Trust-
that was totally rocked.
I'm very humbled.
All right, and thank you very much.